sleep for you. We were. Bye. Abbastanza. John, Dion, but... Smile, stupid. Never forget who supports you. Do you think that the audience of a royal theatre, the high and mighty gentlemen of the Drury Lane Theatre, want to put bread in the mouth that looks as sour as yours? No! They will think you are a beggar and a scoundrel, fit for the gutter. You must give them everything they ask for, everything they want. No excuses. They don't pay to see you try. They pay to see you offer every grain and morsel of your soul. Get back over there. Joey, show your brother what it is to mean to be a performer. Okay, 2, 3, follow me and go. Will you humiliate me too? My both sons, both devils. The name Grimaldi is to be admired and not mocked.
The scripts keep piling up, Mr. Sheridan. I must have your decision.
A little patience, King. What is so important that you should delay me like a Corsican bandit whilst I peaceably go about my business?
Just the small matter of the theatre, Mr. Sheridan. What are we to play? You have told me categorically that only the manager may select the repertoire, yet you are never here and approve nothing.
Affairs of the state, King. I have been with the Prince of Wales. Would you have me desert our royal patron at this time of international crisis, just so you can have your jangle?
Follow me.
The French threaten murderous revolution daily. Wait here. Heaven forbid such horror should reach our shores. Imagine it. The blood all across the streets of London. Or would you rather sleep soundly in that narrow bed of yours?
Well, very well, Mr. Sheridan, but I'm only looking out for your interests. I hazard we'll have a revolution of our own if we dare to perform The Orphan of Peru but one night more. Oh, it's a wretched piece. Or at least it would be if you could discern a word above the hissing. Oh, they'll pull the house down if we don't give them something new. I left all these scripts on your desk. Is there really none among them that will do?
Mr. Sheridan.
Oh, gosh, it's you.
The company has not been paid for 7 weeks. If you do not pay us what we owe, then I will have no choice but to tell the whole world what transpired between us at the Duchess of Devonshire's ball.
Oh, madam, nothing transpired at the Duchess of Devonshire's ball.
Is that so?
Right.
No, I beg you, sir, if nothing else, at least take a look at this piece by Mr. Carfax entitled The Headless Milliner. It's not what you would call subtle, but the tone rather suits these trying times. Moreover, it has been with you for almost a year, and Mr. Carfax, who has a great many friends in the pit, informs me that if he doesn't get an answer from you soon, he will bring forth the entire battalion of disappointed authors hit. Oh, Signor Grimaldi, stop that at once!
Don't tell me how to raise my own sons, you dog! I'll kill you!
What on earth is the meaning of this?
He was going to kill the boy if I hadn't stopped him.
Signor Grimaldi, I've had enough of your brutality and insubordination. Mr. Sheridan, only last week this man knocked one of my scene men senseless for the sole offence of helping up a young woman who had fainted during rehearsal.
And what would you have me do, King?
Well, discipline him. He is a brute who deserves to be horsewhipped through the entire marketplace. Dismiss him, sir, without delay.
And the best clown in London to my rivals at Covent Garden. I thought you were looking out for my interests, King. Theatre is a business. We can always find more scene men. We can always find more children. But when you have talent in your possession, you must never let it go. Even if it can be a little eccentric. Right, Signor Grimaldi, it is actually you I have come to see. Allow me to introduce you to your new apprentice, Giacomo Bologna, Jack. Henceforth, this girl shall be under your supervision. But heed this. I once saw this girl's father set his head between the jaws of a lion. And then he attempted to fight him off as the beast ate him. You and he have one thing in common. He is not a man to be crossed. Right. What is this? A cockney parrot? How droll.
Oh, join the club.
Have a stance up. Vai. And not you three. You sit there and watch.
Ciao.
Hello.
Is this your father?
Yes.
What does he do?
He works here, at the theatre.
No, I mean, what does he do now? I've never seen this.
This is the pantomime.
And what is this pantomime?
Only the greatest thing there is.
Quiet!
It looks like a dance. What is happening?
The boy loves the princess, but her father forbids them to marry and sends the man into exile. But before he leaves, a good witch appears and transforms them all into members of the Harlequinade.
Harlequinade? Like Orecchino. We have this in Italy.
Ah, you! You be the witch.
What's happened?
The witch has transformed them. The boy has become Harlequin. Now he can leap and tumble and perform magic.
And the old man? What's he do?
He's Pantaloon.
Ah, yes, Pantalone. I know him.
He's the lady's mean old guardian who wants to keep her for himself, all locked away. She's called Columbine because she's like a dove, beautiful and light as a feather.
I like girls, but I like strong ones. In Strasbourg with my family, I am with this girl. Elena Varbonza, la bella Samsonetta. You have seen her? She went a tug of war against 6 men and carried a pig on her shoulder 3 miles.
I said silencio!
And what does your papa do?
He's Clown, the one that everyone loves the most. Clown helps Pantaloon chase Harlequin and Columbine, but everything he does goes wrong. It's very funny.
And they just move around like that? Not talking?
They're not allowed to. Sometimes they speak in rhymes, but only real actors are allowed to speak lines.
Says who?
The law is the difference between real actors and pantomime performers. Only the real actors are allowed to speak lines on stage by order of the king's ministers. If we speak, we get into trouble. Delpini once said roast beef on stage and was thrown into prison.
You English are crazy. So is it always like this pantomime? All movement, no speaking? Always the same?
Always the same, but always different. The scenery changes and so does the setting. But in the end, it always comes down to Harlequin, Columbine, Clown and Pantaloon in one big chase.
Over and over? Never knew?
Over and over, but always new.
Have a stance up. Enough for the evening, you miserable wretches. Go back home to your hovels. I will see you this evening, and you will be good. What else? Bye.
I heard you. Hello, who's this?
One of Sheridan's bastards sent to torture me.
Oh, come now, husband. She looks nice enough.
What know you of it? They all defy me and insult my purpose.
They are only children. I'm sure they mean no harm.
I said, they all defy me. Would you do the same? Bang! Your spirit, boy, I give you that. You're not a liar like these cowards here. They profess to love me, but I know how they truly feel. They hate me.
No, please, husband. We love you dearly. We all do.
Liars! Every one of you. Do you think I do not know what kind of man I am, what sort of hellfire awaits me when I'm gone? And you lie to my face. I, the last of the great Grimaldis, the pride of Genoa, kings of the Italian stage, I could drop dead right here, and not a single one of you would care.
Please, husband. The children are cold, and I have breakfast ready.
How can I eat when I feel
Help your father! Help him! Quick! Is he breathing? No, don't touch him. Oh, heavens! Can he be gone? Oh, Papa! Oh, my Lord, what shall we do? Oh, my blessed heavens! Oh, no.
Dead? Really? Oh, Papa? Oh, my dear Papa, please don't leave us. Please.
No.
What will we do?
Oh, saints preserve us. Is he really dead?
Can he be gone? Oh, dead. John, our dear Papa, taken from us so cruelly. How can we ever go on?
Are you sure? Poke him.
As sure as I've ever been of anything, John. Orphaned. It's too much to bear.
Well, I think it's a good thing. We can do whatever we like. No more floggings, Joe. No more rehearsals. No more stupid dances. The ogre is dead!
Shh! John, the shock has surely overcome you. You're losing your senses and don't know what you say. How dearly we both love our Papa, John. How can we bear to be without him?
Don't be stupid, Joe. I can leave the theatre for good and finally join the Navy. You can have his cuckoo clock. We're free!
I think your Papa is all better now.
Keepers of time, sing as they chime, riddles and rhymes. See every room, keepers of doom, dreams they consume. Constant and cold, never sleeping, this darkness always creeping, living in a bright hellfire burning, is a wheel that keeps on turning. It will raise you so high as you see only sky, but beware as you start to descend. Oh, Fortuna keeps for all a wretched fate. Fortuna seeks to find and seeks to take what you own, hard as a stone, drowned in blood, then forced to reascend, to face a love no longer yours to keep, to face the loneliness, and then to weep bitter tears, grieve stolen years lost. Children who start disobeying are ripe for fortune's preying. Under your feet, doom is calling, and someday you will start falling. You will reach for my hand as you sink through the sand, but there's not to be done, and you cry. Oh, Fortuna, pardon me my foolish ways. Fortuna, curse me not, though I have lied and betrayed, stolen and strayed. Trust me to my Father's loving care. If he should cast me out, oh, pity me. for all the world would know, to turn and flee from my shame, branding my name sinner. Fortuna cast him down so you can take all the owns, hard as a stone, drowned in blood and forced to reascend, to face the love no longer his to keep, to face the loneliness and then to weep bitter tears, tormented years lost. Searching in the book of righteousness, nowhere shall your name be found. All the eyes of time know your soul. Judgment so will strike, pain unfold. Through my hand you will be dragged into hell's blackest hole.
Look upon it, King, the finest theatre in all the world. 2,500 seats, larger even than La Scala herself. It will be the jewel of London, a house befitting the crowned heads of Europe.
It is beautiful, Mr. Sheridan, I grant you that. Yes. But is it not a little ambitious? Oh, I cannot imagine the expense involved in a complete rebuild, and the receipts of late have been rather poor. Perhaps if there was something novel to entice the public back. A new play, for example.
Oh, nonsense, King. We are in fine shape. Finances at the Lane have never been better.
Mr. Sheridan!
Oh, gosh, it's you.
If you do not pay us what we are owed, we will have no choice but to take our wages in brick and mortar and pull this house down around your ears!
Well, madam, given the outrageous costs of construction, I would consider that a service. Thank you.
I believe we have served you well enough already. We see you, Sheridan, stepping out in your finery with the Prince of Wales, playing the host at lavish dinners and quaffing brandy with your clack of sycophants. Tell me, Sheridan, how is it you have the means to afford all that and yet not pay us what you owe?
Well, my dear madam, you misunderstand the role of impresario. I am a purveyor of fantasy, a weaver of dreams, feeding the imaginations and fueling the desires of a populace in need of diversion. It is true that the players are indeed part of that, and I thank you heartily for it. But what happens off the stage, in the pit, and in the boxes is just as important, if not more. To create the right ambiance, it is necessary to invest in the appropriate friends. Hospitality buys influence.
So you admit it, investing in fops and drunkards is more important than paying your company.
No. Madam. The public have no use for a house full of nobodies. No. They want to see dukes and duchesses draped in jewels. They want to admire a beauty's cheekbones while gossiping about her infamy. Yes, they want to breathe in the same rarefied air as our blessed monarch and persons of nobility. They want to partake in the great spectacle that I create here, to see and be seen. Not here rule Britannia, splifficated by Fanny of Fishmonger's Hall. I am.
How dare you, Richard Brinsley Sheridan? How are we to eat?
Well, madam, by the looks of things, you've had quite enough already. Yes.
Why, you cheeky bugger. I'll shove this bow right up.
Now, everybody, let's do be reasonable, please.
Out of my way! Let me pass! Why are you all making all of this noise? Can't you see we're here to work?
Mr. Grimaldi, I am so glad you are here. I am eager to see the new routine you've been working up. Yes, please, share it with the rest of the company.
Santa Madonna, this man.
No. Don't be so modest, Grimaldi. You know how much we all appreciate your work. Go on, give us a taste.
Don't worry. It's a part of the act. Oh, hilarious. Although I will say, he does look a little green around the gills.
Signor Grimaldi?
Hellfire!
Papa, what are you doing?
I feel my soul slipping, boy.
Papa! No!
Did you hear that laughter? That is your inheritance. The Grimaldis have ruled the stage since the time of the Genoan princes. Promise me you will never leave it.
No, Papa. You're going to be well, Papa.
Hell awaits me, boy. Tell your mother not to defy my wishes, or hell will find her.
What? Oh, clear the stage! Oh, go!
What are you doing?
Shh, you'll wake Mother.
Are you going somewhere?
Go back to sleep.
Close the window then. It's freezing.
I'm going, Joe. I don't want to be here.
What do you mean you're going?
To Deptford to sign on as a cabin boy.
But what about Mother and the theatre?
You can have it. I'm not made for it like you. And I'm not going to take another beating forever again. I'll take my chances at sea. Look after Mother, Joe. Tell her I'll come back for her when I'm captain. We'll live together and have money and be proper comfortable.
Mother!
What is it, Joe? What is it? Not the terrors again.
It's John! He's leaving! He's running away!
Leaving? Where is he going?
Deptford! He's going to sea!
What are you doing?
Going after him. I'm going to bring him back.
No! Sweet Joe. Oh, my little boy. Let him go.
But...
No, it's where he needs to be. Die, da, die, 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 die. Nothing comes that easy. We just struggle through. When you're feeling lonely, seek hope inside of you. 'Cause I've got your back, you've got mine. I've got your back, you've got mine. You never have to worry when things don't go your way. I've got your back, you've got mine. I've got your back, you've got mine. There. Lie, die, 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 die. I've yearned to build a good home that's warm and full of cheer. A place of love and laughter, one we can hold dear. 'Cause I've got your back, you've got mine. I've got your back, you've got mine. Just like a shadow, the two of us will stay. I've got your back, you've got mine. I've got your back, you've got mine. There we are. Come on, Joe. Lie, da, da,
Monsieur Dubois, I trust your journey was a pleasant one.
It was boring, mud, rain, English peasants.
Yes. Well, I'm certainly glad you're here. You come highly recommended in my hour of need. It says here that you are an accomplished acrobat,
Oui, monsieur.
equestrian,
Oui, monsieur.
strongman,
Oui, monsieur.
and clown. This is excellent news. Only recently we lost our principal in that role, Signor Grimaldi. Oh, such a tragedy. You knew him.
Oui, monsieur.
Yes, well, such an unpleasant surprise for us all. It says here that you are a master of something called julking. What is that? Oh. I say, how marvelous. Do it again. Oh, golly. And you say this is a popular part of your act?
Absolument. Only Dubois has the power to summon a magical woodland using only his breath. The effect creates the utmost tranquility and transports the audience to the brink of ecstasy every time.
Yes, that I would pay to see. And you have some managerial experience too.
Oui, I run the stables, supervise the woodshop, keep the actors in line.
Just the man I need. I plan to build the most modern and exquisite theatre the world has ever seen. Not everybody shares my vision. The players are revolting, and King, my stage manager, lacks the requisite spine. All he does is stammer and apologize, run away and hide. I need an ally among to rank and file. I'm sure you understand.
Oui, too much lip, I feed them the, how you say, knuckle sandwich. Pas de problem.
Yes, well,
I'm sorry, Mr. Sheridan, but Mrs. Grimaldi is here to see you and won't take no for an answer.
you see what I mean. Mrs. Grimaldi, is it? Oh, golly. I was so sorry to hear of the passing of your inestimable husband. A talent like his is a rare thing indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Sheridan. You're very kind. With Signor Grimaldi gone, I'm afraid we have nowhere to turn. The Signor has left us unprovided for. We have nothing. I was wondering, sir, seeing as how the Signor was so popular at the lanes and everything, whether we could appeal to the fund.
Oh, it tears my heart to learn of your distress, Mrs. Grimaldi, but unfortunately, although your husband was a pantomimist, non-pariah, he was a pantomimist all the same. And surely you must know the clowns and dancers do not qualify to withdraw from the benevolent fund, which is solely reserved for the legitimate actors of drama, men and women who speak lines on the stage.
But he worked for you for all those years, sir, and served as tutor to the children as well. Is there nothing you can do for us?
And upset the natural order, madam. I am truly sorry, but to have a clown withdraw from the fund would be to violate the law that separates the golden wheat of art and the mere chaff of entertainment. I might as well break wind on Shakespeare's grave. I am sorry. But the relationship I have with my players is far too precious a bond. To speak of it even risks it all. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, we understand.
But Mr. Sheridan, the theatre is all we know. Joe took to the stage as soon as he could walk. I myself was just 5 years old. My father, who ran the Bloomsbury slaughterhouse, bound me as a Signor's apprentice. I was his student long before we were husband and wife. If we can't accept charity, sir, can we at least work?
Oh, I feel for you, Mrs. Grimaldi, but there is simply nothing to be done. The lane is soon to close for renovation, and the company is soon to decamp to Sadler's Wells for the summer season. Oh, it is not a propitious time.
And what about young Mistress Bologna here, sir? We took her on at your behest. What am I to feed her if I have nothing?
No, she has a point, Mr. Sheridan. You did make a promise to the young girl's father. Jaws of the lion, remember?
Yes, thank you, King. My memory is quite acute. Monsieur Dubois, how would you like an apprentice?
This one?
Yes, Giacomo Bologna, marvel of the Milanese fairs.
I take her, but only if you give me the Grimaldi boy too.
Ah, 2 for the price of 1, eh? Any objections, Mrs. Grimaldi?
And you'll train him up and look after him proper.
You Dubois! He shall have the finest theatrical training in the world.
Right, there it is then. The children are with Dubois. It pleases me greatly to be such a beacon of charity in your hour of need.
Before you go, Mrs. Grimaldi, can you sew and mend? If so, we could use you too.
Oh, yes, Mr. King. I made all the children's costumes and fixed the signoras when they need.
Right, all's well that ends well. Thank you, Mrs. Grimaldi. Off you go. Right. Work hard, children, and who knows, when the lane reopens, you may find yourself a leading role in the lane's next great masterpiece, like and upon the field, my fearsome Turk, and poke that tyrant in the eye in voices bold and clarion. And I love Mrs. Pippin's cockatoo, and I should love a pink one too. Is it any wonder these idiots can't get their plays performed? Seriously.
Mr. Sheridan, a word, if you please.
Your apprenticeship starts now. Stand in front of that door. No, and don't let anybody in, come hell or high water. Farewell all. I shall see you anon.
Where is he? Where is that man? Oh, I will kill him with my bare hands if I have to.
Mademoiselle, why so angry? Here, seat yourself and allow Dubois to transport you.
Sheridan!
Did I ever tell you about the time I saved the lives of every performer at Astley Circus?
Except the captain.
And the first mate.
And so I arrived in your dull, muddy country already a hero, and quickly cemented my renown with my performances, my feats of strength, my hilarious clowning, and of course, my jolking. You know what jolking is, Grimaldi?
Yes, Monsieur Dubois. It's whistling.
Whistling? And would you say that Mozart can pluck out a tune on the violin? Impotent hedgehog. It is about as close to whistling as your sorry efforts are to art. Jolking is the simulation of birdsong performed by a maestro, recreating nature in her exact beauty and transporting the audience to ecstasy.
Wait. Why do I have to be the target? Why not Jack?
Because her name is not Grimaldi. Were it not for your father menacing the players and blackmailing that degenerate Sheridan, Jean-Baptiste Dubois would have been the premier pantomime clown many years hence. And now that his diseased carcass is finally planted in the ground, I intend to take my rightful place.
You can't talk about my father like that.
Defending the family honor, are we? Did you know the seigneur had 3 wives?
That's a lie.
Manners, enfant!
That's a lie. Monsieur?
Oui. Bon. He had an O in Aubonne and another in Chelsea. Children, too. I saw one of them in poultry in a very nice coat of emerald green. You might ask where your inheritance is. Not great. Back to your marks. Grimaldi, pick up that apple. And don't look too worried. We have plenty of time to get it right. After all, I still have you apprenticed for 5 more years. Get over here. And you.
Placed in the back in a boat that's slowly sinking. Playing a winged cherub, eyes are winking. Impish and gay, the play we sing is quiet and glowing as our dreams will try. 5 years more. Climbing at last to aspirations greater. Not the king, but second gladiator. Bravely fight the Trojan War that hit inside the Persian horse will try. 5 years more.
Seems so much that people strive for, so clear they steer their lives toward a light far in the distance. But do they choose the path they tread, or is it destined far ahead? I wonder if they'll know, wonder if it shows in 5 years more.
At the mountain top we are surveying all the depths that soon we
war.
Joe, on guard. Ragazzi. Friendship passion. Buona giornata, due bellezze. How are we today?
How'll do, Bologna? Oh, can't complain. We missed you down the old Cat and Fiddle last night.
Oh, I was with Joe. You know, he's not one for nightlife.
The old pipe and slippers, Grimaldi. Well, you missed a wild one.
May I say, you are looking rather well, Miss Barnwell. Your recent performances have been sublime.
Why, thank you, Bologna. I had no idea you were such a keen observer of my act.
Oh, you know I never fail to watch when you take the stage. Such grace, such admirable acrobatics. You must be very strong.
Yeah, strong enough to get the job done.
Would you say you're strong enough to lift me?
You're joking, aren't you? You can't weigh more than a wet ferry.
Deception, Miss Barnwell. Muscle and sinew comprise me entirely. I'll bet you a shilling that you cannot pick me up.
Easiest money I ever made.
Now, everyone, it's the new governor.
Gather around, everyone. There is someone I'd like you all to meet. A very important person, and one I know you're all eager to welcome. Mr. Richard Hughes, the new owner of Sadler's Wells.
Thank you. No, that's very kind. On behalf of myself and my daughter, Maria, I want to thank you all for the warm welcome we've received since taking up residence here at the Wells. I've been a theatre man for many years, overseeing houses across the Black Country and the Welsh Marches, and well, I can tell you, never before have I seen a company so ripe for success as what I find here at the Wells. For that, I commend you all. However, and hereabouts, there will be some changes. Forthwith, the Wells will no longer be known as a trifling place, the haunt of rum-soaked sailors and red-ribboned moles. No, instead we shall offer amusement and moral instruction befitting persons of quality. With some new properties, fresh decoration, ours will be a fine and respectable theatre, attracting clientele of a superior caste. The entertainment will be adjusted accordingly. No more dancing dogs and bearded ladies.
That's us out of a job then.
Quiet over there!
Members of the company must conduct ourselves in a manner befitting the station to which we aspire. Punctuality, propriety, and attentiveness at all times, my friends. Ladies must be properly dressed. Gentlemen caught drinking on the premises will be relieved of their duties. Now, I've asked Monsieur Dubois here to keep an eye on company matters and urge you all to please remember that above all, a well-run and profitable theatre admits of no funny business among its members. I look forward to making the Wells the greatest and most respectable summer theatre London has ever seen. Well, as you were.
Well, you heard him. Back to work.
Yes, back to work, Monsieur. Andiamo, Joe, on guard. What are you doing? I go alley and you go...
Oh, my goodness, what a blow.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Thank you, miss, but please don't concern yourself. Come on, Joe, you're embarrassing us in front of the mistress.
No serious damage. That's good.
Are you a doctor?
What?
Your hands are very soft.
Diavolo, I've made a simpleton of him.
What? No, my father, Mr. Hughes, has asked me to look after the properties. I have to make sure it's not broken.
Don't worry, miss. I made sure his head absorbed the blow. Get up, you fool!
That's awfully good of you. Are you sure you're not hurt, Mr.
Grimaldi. Joseph. Joe Grimaldi.
Pleasure to meet you.
And your name is?
Maria?
I must go.
Maria.
I know what you're thinking, Grimaldi. One false move, and I'll bury you.
Moping again? Say something to her, Joe.
Say something to who?
The Empress of Brazil, of course. Come on, I've seen the way you look at her.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then, if you've no idea what I'm talking about, can you stop walking around with a face like a donkey down a tin mine?
But that's hopeless, Mother. She's the manager's daughter. She's not going to be interested in me. And who am I anyway? Third villager from the left.
How do you know that if you won't even speak with her? Take it from one who knows. If you can't talk to a person, then you've no business being together. Express to Miss Hughes that you have feelings for her. And if she's partial to you, she'll be receptive.
But Mother, you heard Mr. Hughes. No fraternising in the company. And Dubois watches my every move. To see me suffer will be his greatest joy. He'd be onto me in a moment if I exchanged the smallest of words.
Then don't speak to her. Write her a letter. You've read enough plays, haven't you? Nothing charms, thrills young ladies more than a charming village, yeah. And if she's not that way inclined, no more needs to be said on the matter.
A letter?
A letter, Joe, yes.
But I'm no scholar. I grew up in the theatre.
Just tell her what's in your heart.
Years spent in a hopeful silence, transformed lately into our despair. Words that long to shatter shyness, well up from within, and soon could dare to escape. Fill this page with imaginings. Life tries to take every happier ending. Could we both turn and flee far into make-believe? Won't you dance with me among the stars, where dreams and hopes ever lost? We'll know that forever will be fine, for as long as you'll be mine. These words are foolish, that I know, but where you walk I'll also go. So long I fear to tell you all the love I held inside, a love that feels such loneliness, a love I have to hide.
And this is...
A net. You can't take someone butterfly hunting without a net.
What? Oh, hunting butterflies. So that's what that said. I'm sorry, your handwriting.
My apologies, Miss Hughes. I haven't spent a lot of time on penmanship.
Well, it does make things clearer. I thought it said something about gurgling puffinets.
And yet you came.
Yes, I suppose I did. So, are there many here?
What?
Butterflies.
Oh, yes, loads. Well, there used to be. With all the new houses and everything, Islington's not quite the wilderness it once was.
So this is something you've done before?
As a boy, yes. All the time. It was lovely. The open fields, the view across the dome of St. Paul's. I spent as much time out here as I could between shows, a chance to get out into the sunlight and feel the fresh air. Sometimes I'd even go as far as Dartford. Oh, there are so many butterflies there. Blues, mainly. They'd float up from the long grass in their hundreds and disappear into the sunlight. Oh, so quiet and peaceful. And then, is everything well, Miss Hughes?
Oh, yes. Sorry. It's just, my father, he doesn't know that I've stepped out, and he...
Wouldn't want me spending time with you. I understand.
Not because of you, Joe. I'm sure he thinks well of you. It's just his rules about theatre folk. He thinks they're a little... You understand?
How dare you speak this way of Mr. Garrick? Well, did you not see how his leer moved the king himself to tears? Howl, oh, you are men of stones. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault should crack.
Oh, dear father, it is thy business that I speak of. Therefore, great France, my mourning and important tears hath pitied. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right.
You're pretty good at that.
You're not the only one who grew up in a theatre.
Do you ever long for a normal life? Away from the crowds, just a cottage and an apple tree, a chair by the fireplace, long lie-in on Sunday mornings, church bells, hot buttered toast.
Well, at least you got to stay in London. We were always moving. My father's first company played in barns and coaching inns all over the Midlands. We would walk between performances, sometimes covering 150 miles in a week. I don't remember much of that because I was still a baby, but Mother insisted he find a real playhouse because the travelling was so hard. So then it was Bristol, Worcester, Hereford, and a few others. We would stay for 2 seasons, maybe 3, and then move on. My father's a very ambitious man. He longs to be respected by important men. Everything for the good of the theatre.
That sounds familiar. Give the audience everything, Joey.
Who's that supposed to be? Monsieur Dubois?
Not exactly.
What do you think of Dubois? Is he a good master?
If you like tight breeches and birdsong.
He reminds me of a highwayman. I see him taking a pipe outside the theatre with a rough-looking group. Whenever I walk past, they stare at me until I'm gone.
Oh, promise me you'll be careful, Miss Hughes. Dubois is not to be trusted. You see, when Jack and I were young, he made us dress up as choir boys so he could pinch the lead off the roof of St. Bartolph's. That crew you see there are the link boys who light the way across the spar fields at night. With those whistles of his, he commands them to steal. If it's a robin, stick them with the stiletto. If it's a Kentish plover, use the garrote.
Oh, my goodness. I shall never sleep again.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Well, the last thing you need is nightmares haunted by clowns. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for inviting me. We didn't catch many butterflies, did we? Oh, look.
This is him, sir.
Oh, Grimaldi, is it?
Yes, sir.
Dubois here tells me that you are the son of Signor Grimaldi the clown. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
And your father tutored you in that art?
Yes, sir, he did. Before he died, look, I was just butterfly hunting, that's all, and nothing more.
Butterfly hunting? What's that got to do with the price?
Shush, Grimaldi, listen.
Sorry, yes.
No, listen, I've got an idea for the show. Come. You are part of it. Now, if the Wells is to be reimagined, I need to build a new audience. I want to give them ownership of their company, something they can invest in personally, emotionally. A chance to shape the direction of their diversions.
Sir?
The audience need a champion, one of their own, a performer they've chosen who can represent them and help them to feel that the Wells is their natural home. See, our aim is to build loyalty in our audience and ensure patronage from season to season. And so, I've had an idea. Dubois here is Clown of the Wells. But you have an illustrious parentage. What an opportunity to pit master against apprentice and have the winner chosen by popular acclaim.
Well, how do you mean, sir?
A competition, my boy. You and Dubois will clown against each other. He who receives the most applause will be crowned Clown of the Wells.
A competition?
Indeed. What better way to announce the dawn of a new era than by have the audience choose their delight? Oh, preparations will begin immediately.
Well, well, Grimaldi, what do you make of that? And how are you this fine day, enjoying the morning air?
Well, yes, monsieur. Just trying to catch the best of the day.
Catch the day. I get it, and you're holding a net. How very droll. I've seen you out here, Grimaldi. Got ideas, have you?
No, it's not what it looks like. We were just catching butterflies.
Butterflies? Do you take me for some kind of simpleton? I've seen you mooning over Miss Hughes, sketching out your illiterate little letters, trying to get in with the boss, eh? Undermining your master, wriggling on your belly like the serpent you are.
No, it's nothing like that at all.
The Grimaldi name means nothing now but the trash left over from your father's bastards and whores. Remember that when you get ideas above your station.
Stop it, you're suffocating me.
I will kill you if I please. You are my apprentice, mine to do with as I wish. Now, Mr. Hughes thinks he's being a clever man with this little competition of his. But we both know he's going to win, don't we?
Yes, monsieur.
And if you get but a single laugh, I will tell him exactly what you've been up to, defiling his sweet little daughter.
What? No!
And then, when you are out on your ass, with no one to turn to and nothing to eat, I will track you to whatever squalid little privy you'll climb down into. I will pull you up by your matted hair and slash your throat from ear to ear. Understand?
Go to hell!
Clear enough?
Yes, monsieur.
Now, leave me. My public awaits.
You're not going to take that from him, are you?
What? How hard did he hit me?
No one tells us what to do, Joey. No one.
How can this be happening?
The fires of hell burn fierce, my boy, but not fierce enough to keep me from defending our name.
I saw them do it. Your head.
Don't worry about it. Things are different in the afterlife. Quel bastardo, bocca dal collo francese. Don't you give in to that popinjay, you understand me? That fruity little songbird. I'll rip off his wings, I'll shove them down his beak, and I'll make pâté of his lips.
Oh my God, I'm going to be sick.
The Grimaldis have ruled the stage since the time of the Genoan princes. We are kings of the Paris fairs, sovereigns of the London stage. If it's a fight he wants, we'll give it to him.
Get away. Get away. Get out of my head.
Listen to me. Now is the time to show him what you have. Give the audience everything, Joey. Everything. Leave nothing behind. You live in my shadow, in a world that I still own. No one can erase or change fate has dealt his hand, and you The stage has laid its claim, and you must obey. Oh, here I shall stay.
Joe, are you all right?
He was here.
Who, Mr. Hughes? I know. Hurry up, the audience is waiting.
All right, Harriet. Good, ready. 1, 2, good. Gentlemen. Now, the audience is primed. Remember, they will cheer for the clown they consider superior. May the best man win. Give it your all.
Oh, he will, Mr. Hughes. He will.
Yes, very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the hungriest, most insatiable man in the world, Gobble the Eating Clown. And his associate, the thirstiest little bleeder to ever disgrace the stage, Guzzle the Drinking Clown.
Too many days on my own, wondering if someone could love me again. My eyes are tired of crying. My heart, it wants to care. My arms are tired of longing. How that changes when I see you there. When you smile, my life makes sense. For a while, there's no pretense.
Sheridan, we really must talk.
Oh, so soon, King? I thought we spoke last year.
Regarding the accounts.
Oh, then there is no need. Everything is under control.
No, I fear, Mr. Sheridan, that your assessment falls short of the facts. From my calculations, it would seem that receipts are barely covering expenditures, let alone the repayments on the loans you secured to pay for the new building.
All will be well, King. Our new theatre is an architectural marvel. And with the bloody Baron having made his debut, we are guaranteed a fortune.
Oh, that it was so, Mr. Sheridan. The court of public opinion has adjudged that the Baron is indeed bloody awful. Oh, it has been hissed from the stage.
Oh, call for Henderson the coal heaver. I'll get his boys to batter those ignoramuses like it's 1799.
No, I rather believe that a literary solution may better serve.
It'll be Christmas soon. The pantomime will save us.
About the pantomime.
What about it?
There isn't one. You will recall that I came to you in July, the time at which it is customary to plan the most expensive extravaganza of the year, to which you batted me away, calling me pedant and old woman, prior to going missing for 6 weeks.
And your point, Mr. King?
That we have no pantomime and our new place stinks.
Right.
Numbers are waning, money is draining, we are drowning with no clowning. Though the place splendid, the crowd discontented, and soon they will depart and leave us. Soon the gutter will receive us both.
Though we're in need of a miracle, spectators seek the satirical. That inclination gives invitation to a different stance. Recall the laughter of yesteryears. One writer mastered the art of cheer. Swift, efficacious, he can still raise us from the hole we're in. Storms brew ahead, our land's at an end. The waves will soon engulf us all. War weighs heavy, we weren't ready for the change of tide. Oh, no pantomime, King! Then our goose is surely cooked!
Oh, it is fitting that you should choose to discourse on geese, Mr. Sheridan, as I just took the liberty of exhuming this relic from the Mausoleum of Literature, known as your desk.
Mother Goose! Or the golden egg!
A pantomime based upon the familiar nursery rhyme. Oh, the tricks are not novel, the story is dreary, and the jokes are older than the playwright's undergarments. Yet it has one significant advantage over the competition.
And what is that?
It exists!
Him I recall propositioning. One pantomime less than riveting. But in this late hour we could allay our fears and doubts, though great they are.
Our fate relies on a gamble then. Our lives depend on the whim of men. In this position we have suspicion that our luck has waned.
King! Storms brew ahead, our land's at an end. The waves will soon engulf us all. King! Fetch your overcoat! I've got a brilliant idea!
Of course you do.
War weighs heavy, are we ready for the change of tide? Let's go, King! Come on!
Now, you're absolutely sure you saw them together on Spa Fields?
Absolument. Grimaldi accosted her as she was walking. He must have been lying in wait, planning to commit this outrage. Oh, you should see the way he leers at her. It disgusts me.
Oh, this is practically criminal, Dubois. Fraternize with my daughter, will he? I'll have him out of here as soon as say Jack Robinson. Call the constables to boot. Fetch the scoundrel here. I'll give him what for.
You called for me, Mr. Hughes?
That I did, Grimaldi. Never in all my years among theatre folk have I tolerated insubordination or immorality. Only two things matter to me: family and loyalty. That and a respectable show. If there's one thing I won't stand, it's disrespect.
Sir,
Dubois here tells me that you have been fraternizing with members of the company, and one in particular.
Sir, I
It's
have...
over, Grimaldi. Don't make it worse with your lies.
Maria!
Joe?
Mr. Hughes, I can explain.
Father, there's someone here to see you.
Well, tell him to wait. Can't you see this is a matter of great importance?
Well, I'm afraid he's rather insistent.
Ah, Mr. Hughes, I presume, and Monsieur Dubois, how lovely it is to see you again. And Joe, how lovely it is to be reunited with a dear old friend. You haven't signed anything, have you?
What? No, I...
Mr. Sheridan, what a pleasant surprise. The manager of a royal theatre coming out to our humble playhouse. To what do we owe this honor?
Oh, it's the lad I want, young Grimaldi. Joe, the town is abuzz with your exploits from last night. You have created quite the sensation here, Mr. Hughes. Good on you. Joe, I've always told you there's a place for you back at the lane, my boy. So I've come to take you back.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
No, quiet now, Dubois. Fetch Mr. Sheridan a glass of sherry.
What? Tell him what the traitor has done and throws his ranted pauper out in his ear.
Say quiet, Dubois. Fetch that sherry. Mr. Sheridan, words cannot convey the gratification I feel that you should endorse our performances so, but, well, Joe here, my boy, is a contracted performer of the Wells. He belongs to me.
Naturally, Mr. Hughes. I understand how you might believe that to be the case. But young Joe was apprenticed to the Lane, a theatre under royal license, at the age of, King? 3 years old. Wow, you are a trooper, Joe. I understand you have some supplemental agreement in place, but the Lane's contract remains in effect. My claim takes precedent.
Indissolubly, irremissibly, and in perpetuity, across His Majesty's dominions, foreign and domestic, and all crown territories both known and yet to be discovered, the Lane does assert its exclusive right to the performances of above-named Joseph Grimaldi, child, forever, and in eternity.
Standard boilerplate, but quite immovable.
You signed that?
Oh, 3-year-olds can't write, Hughes. It bears his father's mark.
Oh, well, no, I'm afraid it's quite impossible, Mr. Sheridan. I mean, you should have seen him last night. It was as if the boy was possessed by the spirit of comedy. Quite set Mr. Dubois here in the shade. Rather revealed his limitations, if I'm honest with you. No, I need Joe here if I'm to build an audience at the Wells.
What? But he has betrayed your trust, disrespected your name, and attempted to defile your daughter!
How dare you?
Leave us, Maria. I'll get to you.
No, Father, I won't hear Joe accused in this way. He is kind and gentle with a true heart. He's never spoken to me with anything less than the utmost respect, and never made a single approach that I have not welcomed.
Just what I said, this is not the time or place.
But, Father, I love him.
Oh.
What are you standing there for, Grimaldi? Seize the day.
Oh, Maria, I've loved you since the moment I first saw you. You make my spirit sing, my soul soar. Sir, I have an idea. I can work at both the Lane and the Wells. You need me for the first act pageant and the afterpiece. You need me for the balletta and the pantomime. Well, it's a 20-minute walk. Well, 10 if I run. I can make it work. I can perform at both of your houses.
Joe, that's quite a commitment.
Well, I'm open to it if you are, Hughes. Otherwise, I shall assert my claim.
Well, then, I assent.
Oh, sacre bleu! He will have more stage times than Garrick himself. How can you reward this traitor so?
Monsieur Dubois, did you make this sherry?
No, why?
It's terrible.
Right. Good. I'm not having that here.
No, I've got some whiskey.
sorrow no man could bear. Fate is a hard act to follow as she haunts you with such little care. All around my world turns on an ever-rising curtain that can't come down. Standing there alone, bitter clown. Then inside the darkest of space, light falls on one small happy face, and I hear the music where there had been nothing but silence. Fleeting colors fade into view. Now the dark looks change somehow new. Suddenly I see her covered by a shadow that briefly stirs, and slowly my grief she is taking. Here I'm waking, she casts off night. One love remains unforsaking. It is racing with hope in its eye. Could the people's painted fool afford to me a mask that withholds all pain, shielding me with only a name? Distant whispers hum in the air as her wise words chime like a prayer. I must journey on now, honoring and keeping my last vow. Now a transformation begins as the lights above dance and spin. Beauty so transcending, watching life both starting and ending. Though this stage carries me gently, life is empty once it inspired. Never once will I forget the way we danced, her silhouette, and all my days I'll ask the question, all the blessings life could pay, why steal her then so far away? The audience leaves. I beg of you, please, don't go.
What are you doing? It's
Joey.
Tonight is performance 91 of Mother Goose. We have sold more than 300,000 tickets. Can you believe it, Mr. Sheridan? More than a third of the citizens of London have seen our pantomime. Even the critics are impressed. Oh. The clown of Mr. Joseph Grimaldi is the cause of crowded lobbies and scarce standing room. Many of our finest actors would give the ears to meet with half the plaudits, which are every night conferred on Grimaldi's inimitable exertions. His clown has not been equalled. We never expect to see it surpassed. He has arrived at the pinnacle of all clownery.
What did I tell you, Mr. King? This goose shall lay our golden egg. I can always spot quality, even when others are willing to turn it in. Fortitude and mental acuity, King. That is what real leadership requires. Grimaldi, bravo. Bravo, bravissimo, I will never tire of saying it. King, fetch the salts. You were a marvel tonight, Joe. How are you feeling?
A little sore, sir. I just thought possibly we could have a night off.
And disappoint your audience, Joe. They are hungry for you now, and you must never give in. The receipts are through the roof. And if we break that streak, they may never come back. Never give up on a hit, Joe. An old trooper like you should know that. Anyway, there's somebody special here who would like to meet you. Lord?
Byron, Lord Byron. You're quite the mode, Grimaldi.
Oh, my lord, what an honour.
I see Lady Fame has found you, blasting her trumpet, keeping you up all hours, no doubt, with an unceasing parade of tinsel and gaudy trifles. How are you bearing up under the burden of acclaim?
Oh, sir,
He's doing extremely well.
Excellent. Here, this is for you. Look. A token of my esteem. Look, come, Grimaldi. Tonight, you're mine.
Angelo and Lord Halifax and Master Betty, the young Rocious, 13 years old, an already phenomenon of the stage.
Oh, yes. They're drawn to his youth like vampires. But it can't last. What kind of talent is youth? What young man could possibly hope to retain it? That is the thing about celebrity, Grimaldi. It requires a willful belief in fictions so flimsy that even a child could see through them. In my own case, I simply awoke one morning and found myself famous. Like the palaces in fairy tales, it sprang up overnight. Here, you must be hungry after your exertions. I personally find apple pie greatly improved with a liberal helping of soy sauce.
Oh, not for me, thank you.
I really think you ought to try it.
Honestly,
You wouldn't offend me, would you?
No, of course not, my lord. Well then, yes, I will try it.
The public. They couldn't tell the difference between me and my poems. At least they chose not to. They ascribed to me the persona of rebellious poet. And before long, I found myself inhabiting it. Has that happened to you yet, Grimaldi? Are you the impersonation of yourself? A public fiction? What was it I heard them say? He makes you laugh all night, but is grim all day?
Well, yes, I have heard them say that about me, sir. It is true that the stage asks a lot of me. But now they claim that my humor wouldn't be so potent if I weren't so sad in private life.
Is there any truth to this?
Well, if I can be honest with you, sir. Sir?
How's the pie?
Delicious, my lord. Certainly a very sophisticated flavor.
Delicious, yes. It's obviously disgusting. And yet, you ate it because I asked you to. You see, everybody here is absolutely terrified of doing the wrong thing or voicing an opinion unsanctioned by the tyranny of fashion. Nobody speaks the truth, Grimaldi. Not even a clown. Oh, Shakespeare would be disappointed in you. Hypocrites, everyone. The lessons we learn from winter, the sparkling frost all splintered, lays bare just how briefly we glitter, then melt all away. But in that one night, how bright we shine. What a parade of society names in one ballroom. Inhale all that perfume. A whirlwind of dandies, high fashion and brandy rotating. A throng titillating. Each pair of eyes craving carnal desires, hidden well in each pale facade. Their favor will float between painters and boats. If it's ours, best be on your guard. This spectacle plays every evening. Capricious and cruel on they dance. Such beauty is highly deceiving. They lynch those who give them the chance. This quaint carousel quite reminds me of hell, yet I bear it. At heart I despair it. I choose to abstain from their chatter inane, remain courtly, then take my leave shortly. When the winds change, grand illusions of fame soon are swept far away from view. The steed becomes lame, the boy actor is shamed, and society prospers anew. The faults and the follies repeat her again, the cries in the darkness wail on. But no one can hear through the chinking of cheers and the sound of the string quartet playing us on and on.
What a collection of noble perfection, most pleasing.
A picture deceiving.
Our preoccupations traverse even stations most slowly,
and conduct unholy.
The scandals we read in our letters each week
offer quite the most thrilling talk.
We whisper and strain to catch sight of his name,
And that name is Byron, of course.
what a parade, what a rich masquerade of deception,
Of likely rejection,
duplicitous curse.
Go, enjoy it. Good. It's good to see you. I don't care. Whatever, yeah, fine.
John! John Grimaldi! Can it be you?
Brother, is that you? Embrace me.
My brother, I can't believe it. What happened to you?
I have been at sea, Joe, and just as I promised, I am back, a captain.
I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. What a fine cut you make.
What of you? Famous, I see. All I hear is, have you seen the great Grimaldi? Even in Jamaica they speak of you. Once in Java, I heard a Portuguese man say your name. You're a phenomenon.
Oh, it's nothing. I have a wife now. Well, a second wife. My first wife, Maria, died. Bearing child.
Oh, I am sorry, Joe. The voyage of life brings many hardships.
But I married a girl from the theatre. Mary Bristow. Do you remember her?
Oh, yes.
And we have a little boy. Joseph Samuel. Sam. He looks just like father. The handful for sure. But I can't wait for you to meet them. But tell me, does Mother know you're here? Have you seen her yet?
No.
Not yet. We have just arrived, and my men were thirsty after all that salt water and tack. But I am desperate to see her. Take me to her.
Absolutely. Just let me go and tell my companion that I'm leaving.
Aye, aye. Don't be long.
I won't be. I'll come right back here. Don't move. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to squeeze through. Lord Byron, I just need your attention for 1 second.
Grimaldi. Look, Georgiana here was just telling us about the bombardment of Copenhagen. She believes Napoleon aims to force the Swedes into joining the continental system. What say you to that?
I have to go, but I wanted to thank you for inviting me this evening.
You're welcome, Grimaldi. Never forget, fame is nothing but an empty charade. Transitory pleasures, meaningless diversions. Now, my dear, tell me everything you know about corsets. Hold nothing back.
John! John, where did you go? Wait, excuse me. Did you see my brother? He just... No. John! John, come back! Well, John! John, no! John!
Young man, are you okay? Are you dead? If so, you will find we offer generous discounts.
John, what? Was John here? I saw him, I know it.
There. All is well. Come with me, my boy. Come inside. Hey, sit. Yeah, My name is Dr. John Arbuthnot, and you seem to have found the doorway of my surgery. Rough night, eh? You look exhausted.
I saw my brother last night for the first time in 15 years. I wanted to see him so much. I've missed him desperately.
And you're sure it was him and not some simulacrum? Did you speak to him?
Yes, we spoke. We embraced. He wasn't a ghost. Not like my father.
Your father?
Nothing. When I saw him... Well, John, I remembered how hard things have been without him. All these years, all I've wanted is for us to be together and live quietly. I have a son. I'm trying to give him a normal life. I want to be at home so that I can care for him and play with him, but I can't. It's so difficult. I work nights.
It can be indeed taxing to keep body and soul together these days. Either the family suffers or they starve for want of meat. Here, drink this.
Thank you. But then there's the physical toll of labor. My back hurts. My knees hurt. All they seem to do is work, and yet we never have any money.
Seems like a rest is what you need, my boy. Take some time off for yourself.
I can't do that. The manager depends on me.
And you find satisfaction in your employment?
It's not a question of liking it or not. I have to do it.
A degree of sacrifice is necessary to succeed in any profession.
But this is different. It's as if the more I hurt, the more successful I become. As if my pain fuels my success. Can it be true what they say about me? I seem incapable of taking any joy from it.
And how would you describe your symptoms?
A pain without a pang. Like the raging of a waterfall, but soundless. Droning, a void, dark and drear.
And yet you say you are successful.
That's if the reviews are anything to go by.
What I prescribe for you is a course of relaxation and amusement.
And where shall I find it, sir?
In the friendship of companions, my boy. You know, you should find some fellows who can take you out of yourself and shoulder the soul's burdens. Engage in pleasurable diversions. Done?
Yeah. To the box office at Drury Lane. Admit the bearer and a friend on the account of Dr. John Arbuthnot.
That's right, my boy. Have a night at the theatre. There you will find a tonic unlike any other. A man who can remove all sadness. A genius, really. A healer beyond compare. You must go and see Grimaldi the clown.
But sir, I am Grimaldi the clown. Mary, I saw him. It's him, in the flesh, as alive as you or I.
Still with the phantoms, Joe. Your father is long dead.
No, Mary, not my father. John Grimaldi, my brother. He was here in London last night. I saw him, and I spoke to him. I was with Lord Byron.
Lord Byron the poet? Joe, you look terrible. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. But he was there, and then he was gone. It's as if he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh, Joe, I do worry about you so. The work is making you sick. You need some rest. Take some time away and focus on the things that matter. For Joe, you make the whole world smile. You light up my every day. For Joe, you don't see there's still you and me, even when the stage has gone away. For you bring me sunshine here in this lifetime. I will hold you close next to me. For now and eternity, whatever you do, I will love you.
Just one more tour, and I'll rest, I promise. I've known for the longest time that I cannot carry on. I don't want the fame, the burden or blame that feels like mine alone. I'll find a new tomorrow, one of joy, not sorrow, if they'd only set me free to be who I want to be. The seats won't empty, they'll soon forget me. For grace and all its beauty, not work and constant duty, I can train a protege to live without my name. Just one more season, and I'll leave them. For you bring me sunshine here in this lifetime. I will hold you close next to me. For now and eternity, here together, now and forever, my Just one more tour. Then it'll be the three of us at home, alone.
Have you not listened to me at all, Joe? Stay here. Be well.
And what will we eat? Mary, in the course of one summer, I can earn double or triple what Sheridan will give me. If he gives me anything, that is.
How long do you plan to be away?
Well, I'm engaged to appear in Manchester, Bristol, Edinburgh, and York, maybe a crossing to Dublin if all goes well. 3 months perhaps, not long.
Not long. Joe, and what of your family? Your son?
He'll be fine. When I was his age, I'd already been on the stage for 13 years. He deserves better. Sam, do well in school and be good for your mother. I will, Father.
And what if you are injured again? Or attacked by highwaymen?
There are no highwaymen anymore, Mary. Britain is a country of roads and factories now.
But there are dangers still. Storms and ditches and men who will do you wrong. I can't bear the thought of you out there alone. How can I know you will be safe? What will happen if you get hurt?
Then I'll bear it as I always do, with a grin. My love, you've been so kind to me, so loving and so loyal. How can I ever repay you by not securing our future? You know how hard it is to get ahead. All that money I make for Sheridan, and yet I'm not even allowed into the green room. And why? Because I'm in the pantomime.
Then tell them you'll leave the lane. Unless they treat you like the celebrated performer you are.
And ask the actors to abandon their petty hierarchy. No! I have to go where I'm wanted and make money while I can. Please, I beg of you, just try to understand.
Why did you marry that drab? She's not a firecracker like the other one.
Shut up! She is the mother of my son.
The little prince, he who must be kept away from the big bad stage. Take him with you. It'd be good for the boy to get out on the road. It's about time our life became his.
Absolutely not. Sam will not be made to suffer the privations I was made to endure. He shall have an ordinary childhood.
Ordinary? Since when did a Grimaldi ever aspire to be ordinary? The small people are ordinary. Those people that peer out of the darkness, seeking to escape the dull lives. You want to be like them? When they wish they could be as you are, bathed in light, with the radiant acclaim that makes you a god? Oh, you crave the darkness, Joey. You crave the darkness.
What I want to do is work. To make some money so that my family can be secure.
Dio, when did my son become such a fool? You think, after all you've done, you think you can keep the pantomime in a box? And just open it up, reach in, take some money. Whenever you want, snap it shut. The clown is your life, Joey. Everything else is just waiting for the sun to set so you can perform again. Why must you let me down like this? Go and fetch the boy. We'll have fun.
No, I won't. I refuse.
I see the applause has made you bold, Joey. You would defy me?
Yes. I defy you. Stay away from me and let me live my life.
Stay away, he says. Idiota. You know the best thing about being dead is? Aside from the hellfire and torment and eternal lacerations in recompense for 1,000,000 mortal sins. No, it's the gift of foresight. So I will tell you what will happen to you. You will go out on the road. The great Grimaldi of Drury Lane, the romantic star, the melancholy enigma. Oh, I make you laugh all night, but I am grim all day. You'll perform on the provincial stages, performing alongside local people, dullards and dimwits, and local people who couldn't dream of possessing your skill. People for whom a London stage is as distant as the moon. They will resent your fame, and when they discover you have a name, they will extort you. You give them nothing. They betray you. You got to make a jump. No one is there to catch you. You jar your shoulder. First you sprain your ankle. The next night you break your neck. And you lie there all alone, staring up at the chandelier as big as a galleon, with 1,000 candles dripping hot wax onto your invalided face. And the crowd, those who profess to love you, whose peals of laughter exist in direct proportion on how much you endanger your life in the name of their amusement, they hiss you. Go and fetch the boy. He is a Grimaldi. He will be there for you. You can rely on him. Each generation following the path.
Absolute madness. You must think I'm crazy.
Well, I didn't like to say, but you're talking to a ghost.
No, I won't even think about it. It isn't right.
Joey, it's the only thing that's right.
Mary,
My love?
tell Sam to pack a bag. It's time the boy learnt the business.
Joe.
You heard me! My love, don't look at me like that. It'll be good for him, and good for me to have a companion. Let the knowledge that we are together be a comfort to you. Good Sam. Father and son out on the road together. You can take a bit of the pressure off. Do a few somersaults for the old man. Are you ready?
Yes, Father. Oh, I can't wait.
Joe. Are you sure?
Of course. The Grimaldis have ruled the stage since the time of the Genoan princes. Come along, Sammy. There's much for you to learn. Go and fetch us some water. That's a good lad, Sam.
Family business, eh, Mr. Grimaldi?
That's right. Old Joe's getting a bit long in the tooth.
But you provide the setup and the boy does all the physical stuff.
Yes, something like that.
Father, here you are.
Good lad.
Look, I was wondering, where are we going for dinner after the show?
Oh, a few of us meet at the Trenchman most nights. You should join us and nip up brandy to warm the aching joints. Say, Joe?
Hey, Father, that sounds good. We should...
Thank you, but no. It will be an early night for me, I'm afraid. Got to rest the old legs. You, Sam, should do the same.
Open up! Hello?
I'm coming.
Anybody in?
Yes, yes. Officer, come in. What is it? What's happened?
Mr. Joseph Grimaldi?
Yes.
Is this your son?
Oh my goodness, Sam, what's happened to you? Did someone attack you?
Attack him? Aye, that's rich. Your son, sir, is a violent drunk who, when asked to move along by the bridge, attacked one of my men and put him in the infirmary. It took 6 of us to bring him in.
And what happened to his head?
Like I said, he did not respond to calls for restraint. A smart blow with the quarterstaff put paid to that. He's got quite the hard head, your boy. There'll be some ringing in his ears for time to come, I should reminder. Pay up and I can be gone.
Pay up?
Of course. There's a fine to be paid for disorderly conduct, not to mention assaulting an officer of the law.
But how much?
£6.
£6? That's more than we've earned all week.
That is no concern of mine. Curb your boy and you'll turn a profit soon enough.
So there you are.
Oh, a little alcohol, Father? For the pain?
I think you've had quite enough.
Oh, come on now, don't be so mean. Joey,
Show some respect. Clean yourself up and get some sleep. We have to travel in the
No, we can travel in the carriage. Why don't we just go out one night and just forget
What
about
has
all
gotten into you? I said, go to bed.
Be such a bore, Joey. Go out with the boy. Live a little.
This has nothing to do with you. It's purely between Sam and I.
You heard the man, Joe.
Live a little.
What did you say?
I said, you heard the man.
What man?
Grandfather, of course.
The boy and I understand each other, Joey. You know, he's... what is it the English say? A chip off the old block.
After that night, I never heard my father's voice again. Old Sheridan passed away. They buried him in Poets' Corner. Even in death, he managed to scheme his way to the best seat in the house. Not bad for a pauper.
Well, he always did manage to land on his feet.
Sam and I finished the tour. A series of old tricks and mangy routines cobbled together. Nostalgia, really. But it seemed from the reaction that any abilities I once had possessed had gone. My knees were bent, my laughs hollow. Sam fell in with the stagehands, went out with them drinking. I couldn't bear to see him like that, so I'd pretend to be asleep, only to hear him muttering in the dark as though in conversation with someone. How did we let him get like that? I should have intervened.
It's not your fault. Your father... It's the only life you ever knew.
Joey took everything from me, even when my body couldn't bear it, pushing me beyond the limit. Now we hear of the celebrated Mr. J.S. Grimaldi, appearing as Joey. But the critics make unfair comparisons. It can be hard to bear name. They bait him for being a Grimaldi.
Come, let's go see him.
Why let them? Why let them? Why let them come for honor's course? Give him breath and straight the flames concealed.
How long has he been like this?
A couple of days, perhaps a week.
And you only thought to summon us now?
What fatal error or what base design checked our bold hopes and baffled the plan?
What's that, my love? What are you trying to tell me?
He ain't speaking to you, lady. They're lines from a play.
Joe, we must take him home.
And what about me? Don't I get nothing for nursing him?
Yes, of course. You look unwell, my dear. How long have you been with the theatre?
Theatre? I ain't with the theatre. Barefooted men will doing good night. And honest, my pobbles, I get end up with ye. I am the Empress of Bengal, she who commands tigers to stalk your dreams.
Wait.
Another story read too late. A love that laid in wait. Still this time tale I've hidden so well. I remember the hand so gentle that raised me to my feet. Your touch, oh, so sweet, so calm. The years you've waited for a sign, the years you were swept aside. Time we've swiftly through, yet I never uttered the truth that my heart had turned to beauty and love's sleeping garden flood. Though secret, my heart was found. Will you forgive now as I ask, can we go back again? Springtime, the world you made me see seemed nothing without you here. You are an angel from above, my love, my heart is and was always yours.
Ciao, fella. Mary, it's been too long. Joe. No one has seen you for such a long time.
Jack, my old friend. How wonderful to see you.
Joe, is everything well?
Quite well, Jack, thank you.
I've come to make an invitation. Your friends wish to throw you a benefit.
A benefit? For me?
Yes, we miss you. Everybody does. You stopped performing without a proper farewell.
But a benefit, Jack. For a clown. They'd never allow it. You know how territorial actors are.
Ugh, appease to the Ponces. I will fix it all up. It'll be like old times, clown and Arlequino. And you can take all the money at the door. We'll do it at the lanes. They'll do it for you, Joe.
I don't know, Jack. I'm all drawn up of a heap. I've not been well at all.
You won't have to do much. Sing a song and take some applause.
But a benefit, Jack. Who even cares? Who will remember me? Look, it was lovely to see you, Jack. Take care of yourself. We better get back to him, Mary.
Joe, please. I know what you've been through. I saw what your father did. I was there. Let the people who love you show you what you mean to them.
You should do it.
How can I? I can barely walk, let alone clown. And how can I leave him?
Just one night, Joe. I can watch him. It'll be fine. Joseph Grimaldi, if anyone deserves a benefit, it's you.
It's not safe.
After all the years you've given them, they should give you a guard of honor. All the money you've made, the sacrifices to your health.
He's too powerful.
You
know, when
changed theatre for everyone. You changed us all. You were the greatest, Joe. No one ever came close. Don't you want to say goodbye?
He's too powerful. In my condition, he might kill me, Mary. It's not...
Then just don't wear the makeup. It's just a costume, Joe. It doesn't control you.
Mary, how have you borne it? I could have been so much better to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I appear before you for the last time. I need not assure you of the sad regret in which I say it, but sickness and infirmity have come upon me, and I can no longer wear the motley. I have jumped my last jump, filched my last custard, and ate my last sausage. 48 years have not passed over my head, but I find I am sinking fast. I now stand worse on my legs than I did on my head. I pay the penalty for seeking your favor. And like a vaulting ambition, I have overleaped myself. And so this, my friends, is the last farewell. At last I find that one time more the stage has called me home, and in a chair I'll play to them with frail and weary bones. The thrill of this fanciful stage remains in my heart. The joy it brings, though it pains me to depart, I will miss you more than words can say. Here is my soul, here is my life, and if my days should end this night, here for eternity I'd walk these boards, a spectre of delight. my heart, the joy it brings, though it pains me to depart. I will miss you more than words can say. I will miss you more than words can say.
You're amazing, guys. Well done.